Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a full face of products I've hit pan on. That means you can see the end in sight for these products. So if it's an actual physical pan, you will see the bottom of the pan, or if it's a product that's a liquid, I'm very close to being done these products. So these are all holy grails that you're going to see in this video. It's basically my favorite makeup for a tutorial, so I'm so excited to film this. You get to see the best of the best, and I get to play with my favorite stuff and share with you all the things that I'm going through that I have to repurchase soon, unfortunately, and things that just are the best products for me. So I already started with my brows, of course. I used my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, which I'm almost done this one. This is my most used brow gel, the one that I always go through. And then to underline my brows and fill in partly, I used the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Brow in the shade Medium Brown. This I only had one more use, so I was saving it for this video, and now it's going to be in an empties. It's my favorite nano brow pencil. It is so good. And then because my brows are high maintenance and I need to have hair-like strokes because I basically don't have any brows, I have to create it myself with brow pens. My favorite currently is the L'Oreal Faux Brow. It creates the most hair-like brows, and then I'm trying to use up the Glossier one, which is almost done because I do love my L'Oreal one the most. And this one, nearing the end, I just used it on the ends of my brows just to make it a little bit darker out there. Brows can be boring, but you needed to see what I was close to using up. And I go through brow pencils like crazy. Then for the base of my eye, I use the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, which I'll also be using on my face. This is the best concealer. If you've not tried it, you need to. It is absolutely incredible. And then I had a selection of powders to set that base with, which we'll also use for my face. So I'll go to those powders when we get there. For eyeshadow, I'm not close to hitting pan on any one particular eyeshadow because often for the day-to-day, I use bronzer. So I wanted to actually show you a color that you've been requesting for what I'm wearing on my eyes lately. This is the closest thing I probably have to hitting pan because I've been using it on the daily, and it's new from Makeup by Mario, and it's his liquid cream shadow in chestnut. The amount of comments I got asking what color this was, I was actually shocked. This is all I put on my eyes. So you wanted an eye tutorial for that look, and it's just this on my eyes. But I'm going to show you today. It is such a beautiful color, and I'm so glad you guys like it as much as me because it's been what I've been wearing on my eyes, just all over my eyes. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hand. That is actually quite a lot, and you got to work quickly because this does dry quite fast. So I just put it all over my lid and blend it into the crease. And just do one eye at a time because this does dry down very, very fast. You can fade it too. I do a little bit lighter in the inner corner. That's why I start out here and kind of drag it in. But that's it. That's all I've been doing. This is so long wearing. If you're looking for your eyeshadow to not budge all day, this is all you need. I feel like this is the perfect 90s matte shade. On my skin, I feel this is neutral pulling cool. I don't really see the warmth in it myself, but it could be different on other people, but I really love the tone of it. I actually like that it's so neutral cool. Before we finish off the eyes, I'm just going to start with my lip stain, and my Palladio one was the initial lip stain that got me into lip liner stains, and this one is pretty much done. I don't even know. Oh yeah. I have a little bit of color left. I've been using my Huda Beauty and my CoverGirl, so I've kind of neglected this one, but I knew it was close to being done. This is pretty much an empty for me. I'm not getting too much color left on this. This is very much a hit pan video because now we just used up another product. A lip color that I'm close to being done is my Birthday Cake from Summer Fridays. I'm just going to use this just as something on my lips before I go in with my lip combo. I just needed some hydration because my lips were pretty dry. And I get to show you one of my lip colors that I'm almost done, which is one of my favorites from Summer Fridays. Only recently that I like their Pink Guava one more, but that's one of their best shades they do. Eyeliner, by far my favorite is the Rare Beauty one. I feel like I recently purchased this, but it's the one I use whenever I'm doing liquid liner, which I've been doing a lot lately. So this one is also almost done. You can tell by the state of my packaging what has my foundation hands all over it. This is black, matte, pigmented, long wearing. What more could you want from a liquid liner? This is just the best one there is. And I haven't been curling my lashes because I ripped out a chunk on my eye. So I'm just gonna go straight ahead with my mascara. And this one I'm almost done, which is one of my favorites on the market. It is a tubing mascara. I feel like I almost exclusively use tubing mascaras. There are a couple exceptions, which I will mention one in this video. But I love the Hourglass Unlock Mascara because it's easy to remove and it wears really nicely on my lashes and makes really nice volume and length just because it is tubing and it creates that definition on each individual lash. So it's a really nice brush. I wouldn't think to look at this brush that I would love this as much as I do, but the formula is so good. And it's one of my favorite mascaras out there. They also just recently launched a brown one, which I'll be using in an upcoming Try New Makeup. I haven't tried that one out yet, but I love the formula so much. And I'm so happy they now have a brown shade in this. For not curling my lashes, I feel like this mascara still gives me a pretty good looking lift to my lashes. Maybe because it makes it so long, but just doing one eye at a time, you can see the difference. Just such an incredible mascara. This is one of those few false lash looking mascaras I feel, at least on my eyes. I love a tubing mascara. If you've not tried one before, I highly, highly encourage you to. This is one of my top tubing mascaras, if not my favorite. For lashes, I believe I can get one use more out of my velour lash glue. So I want to share that with you. This is my favorite eyelash glue if you're looking for one. And I do have a backup already. And then I was going to use it with these lashes from Shein, which I've hit pan on countless styles of these. I have some half lashes here that I love. I have these full length ones, which I've worn full in a video, but I wanted to show you how I wear these as a half lash because they're even more beautiful. I just love a half lash. I'm gonna pop these on and let you see how wispy and beautiful these lashes are as a half lash. Those are the lashes on, so beautiful. I'm just waiting for the glue to dry. So while we wait for that to dry, I wanna do a little bit of skin prep because I also like that to set. So then I'll come back to my foundation and everything will be good to go. So I'm going to use my Metacube Zero Pore Pads. I've gone through so many jars at this point. I just recently got a different pore pad from Metacube and it's a collagen one and I had to pour this liquid in it. So I've been testing out that one, but I love these Zero Pore Pads and I've used them for quite a bit on my channel. I get mine from Stylevana. It's a Korean skincare site. And then I know a lot of people get them from Amazon if you're in the US, but I like getting them directly from a Korean source just because sometimes on Amazon, depending on the seller, you have to be really careful of who you order from. When the Beauty of Joseon sunscreen was really popular, I heard a lot of people getting fakes of that, so I'm just mindful of where I order from. For moisturizer, primer, sunscreen, I'm just using kind of a 3-in-1 here. And you can tell I'm almost done. It's my Delba sunscreen, which you already know that I love this. This and my Purito one, I've been kind of going back and forth between for the summertime. But I think I can get one use out of this. I'm really struggling though. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get one use out of this. Maybe I'll be able to get another. We're pretty close to being done that one. You can see the sunscreen is very hydrating. It also acts as a primer, which is really nice for underneath makeup. No white cast and it doesn't break me out. Check, check, check. Everything about this sunscreen. I'll definitely be repurchasing this once it's officially done. I do think I could probably squeeze out one more use though. Then for foundation, I have two here that are almost done and I kind of love these mixed together. They're two totally different formulas, but together they're a little masterpiece, I feel. So we have Estee Lauder Double Wear and Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. This one's way too dark. This one probably would be my color, but I'm gonna mix the two right now. So I have Tawny, and this is 7.8. This is when I'm very, very tan. I don't think I'd repurchase this shade. I usually use 5.75, but that can be a little light sometimes, but I'm trying to use up 7.8, which was a really nice olive undertone. You can see the bottom of my Double Wear. So I've been trying to get some out of this. As I said, I could just use this, but I'm going to put in a little bit of my Armani Luminous Silk just for funsies. If I can get some of that out too. I'm gonna mix that all together. Did I create the perfect color? First try? I might have, as I'm putting this on my earring. Normally I don't have my jewelry in right away. I'm gonna take out my earrings. I love both of these finishes separately, but together It just makes for a long wear, more glowy, not as glowy as Armani. Just kind of the perfect in between. Double wear sometimes on its own can be a little too matte for me. It doesn't happen often, but right now I feel like it is. That's why I started mixing to try and use this one up. And then I love the combination. Isn't that a really pretty finish? I just love how it looks. And then paired with the NARS concealer again for any kind of spot concealing, like right here and underneath my eyes. I do use this underneath my eyes. I know some people can't. I'm completely fine with it for my skin type. So I'm just going to apply it lightly and blend it out. You can tell how good of coverage this is because of how well it covers that spot under my eye. See the difference? Just really nice under the eye. It's the best one for blemishes out there. I know some people need a little bit more hydration underneath their eye, so I wouldn't recommend it for everyone under the eye or in the eye. I'd recommend it for no one in the eye. If you're looking for something for spots, this is the best one because it's so thin, but with high coverage, so it still looks like skin and is not too much for all over the face. So I do like to cover this one up, but then I feel tonally I need some on this cheek, even though I don't really need the coverage. That's just how I work it. Just so that it's even. Tonally, this concealer, something about it, I just love what it does for my complexion. It's macadamia. I was using ginger for a time there, and I do like that one too. I think that one's a little bit warmer, but this one's more neutral. And depending on what I'm wearing, either or works, but macadamia, I think I've gone through more of these than ginger. I have a ton of powders I've hit pan on that I could pick. Actually, why am I dumping it like that? I intentionally had this on my desk to not do that, because I'm trying to use up the last little bits of it that I've crumbled up. We're gonna use Kosas today because I'm a disaster. I'm just gonna call this one empty at this point because quite frankly, I don't think I can get that. I've been trying for a bit. They also need to fix their, this just went on me too. If you saw how much powder was on me right now, it's one of those days. Anyways, I'm gonna use the pink powder from Kosas under my eye. It's my favorite powder for under the eye. Actually just got the loose one finally to test out. I think that one has some sheen to it, so I'll probably hate it, but you'll see that in a trying new makeup. This is my second one of the candy. I can't be without this stuff. As you can see clearly, Kosas needs to work on the packaging because all of them break at the hinge for me. And I'm not rough with my makeup, as you see me dropping it everywhere in this video, but typically I'm not. I'm just using this on the center part of my face just to keep the light in that middle. It really mattifies and smooths everything out. If you haven't tried the Kosas powder, I like it even more than Charlotte Tilbury. Even though I'm down to the last little bits of my Charlotte, I go through that still, but Kosas has been just my go-to every day. This is the only Kosas one that hasn't broke yet. But we'll see if I manage to do that. They do hard pan as well, but you can get past that easily, I feel. A lot of powder does with how dewy I typically have my face, I guess. So I'm just gonna load it up on my puff, and then I just start pressing it into the skin for the rest of the face. So I'm using the shade Comfy. This is my more tan shade. It's a medium shade that I apply. I also have Breezy, which is the one that I've used up. I used to use darker powders, but now I've used a little bit lighter, so I don't go through the darker ones as much as I used to. Like Charlotte, I used to use the medium, and now I use fair. Kosas, this is my second Comfy, but I went through Breezy quicker, so definitely need to buy that one. Just love how smooth. This makes the face, the under eye, my texture is just smoothed out. You can still see it, but it's blurred. Just makes my skin look smoother than it is. And then, shocker, I've hit pan on my Gucci bronzer, which you can see here, we are quite down there. I'm just going to swirl my hourglass brush, and we're gonna start to bronze tour the face. I just like to load up on bronzer. It's one of my favorite steps. Brings the shape back to my face, more defined cheekbones, and then I'll bring it down the bridge of my nose just by pinching the bristles. Haven't even been grabbing for a contour brush. This one I feel like I never really screw up because it's a really nice shade for me, especially when I have a little bit of tan. I can load up on it and it still blends out really nicely. Take a moment and guess which blush I hit pan on. If you're a subscriber, I feel like you'll be able to guess this. It is from Patrick Ta. It is not too much. I've hit pan on both the powder and the cream in this. So we're going to be using both today. I'm going to start off with the powder first. And I've been liking a very blushy look. And I put it right back to my hairline and blend it in. Look at the sheen on it too. I'm using my favorites and I'm just so happy. Everything just looks so good. I'm going to put a lot of blush on because I'm feeling blushy today. And it will fade. I want to start off blushy and then I'm going to be filming another video and I want my blush to show up. Then same brush, I'm going to take the cream and just lightly go on top. This one I don't put as much on, so I'm actually surprised I hit pan at the same time on both products. Because I feel like I do use the powder a little bit more. This just amps it up slightly and just makes it more skin-like. To finish off the eyes, taking my MAC Giga Black Mascara, which has been a go-to for a while for my lower lashes. This one I feel like just looks good without doing too much, just a light tap. And then I can go in with a spoolie if I want to clean things up. Sometimes I even skip totally doing my lower lashes, but I'm pretty low on this mascara. It's one I go through often. My favorite inner corner highlight is from the Dior highlighter palette in Universal. As you can see, I've hit pan on the white shade. Anytime I have a pop in my inner corner, it is this, and you guys always ask me what it is. It is the Dior highlighter palette. I just think it's such a pretty shade, and then I mix the white and the gold, and I do that on my nose, very intense, and then I kind of just mix my fingers in both, and then lightly use my finger. I don't know, I haven't really been using a brush for highlighter. I did pick up the new Patrick Ta highlighter brush, so I'm curious to try that, but often I've just been using my finger for the formula, and it's been working out really nicely for me, but this is my favorite highlighter palette. In case you didn't know, I'm sure you already do. My Palladio is slightly still there, but I did want it to show up a little bit more than it is. But that one is now going into my next empties, so I'm just going to touch it up with my Huda Beauty, which is another stain product. It just has more pigment in it right now. Lip color for me is also hard to hit pan on, but my Anastasia and Pure Hollywood, these lip velvets, have been a go-to. I can't really tell where it is at. It's like never ending. This has been go-to lately as well for a long time. I'm actually shocked I'm not done this. Then I love how it looks with the Huda liner. And then I like to touch it up. And this is what you've seen in my videos, how it looks a little bit more brown, is just with Morphe Bite Me, which I've gotten more into this color. It's just close to the brown lip stains I've been using. I should stop talking. If I could hit pan on a brush, it would be this brush right here. It's the Morphe and Ariel dual-ended. I use this to clean up my brows for precision around my lips, blend out my eye base, but if I could hit pan on a brush, it would be this. I just never have to replace brushes. I've been fortunate in that sense where I haven't had, at least lately with the brush companies I use, anything come apart. So I haven't been blending my liner in as much. Just a phase, might get out of it soon, but I do like seeing it a little bit more. And then to finish it all off for my face, you can't see how much is left, but we are close to being done. I've been using this all summer to waterproof my makeup. It's the One Size On Till Dawn, and this will keep the whole matte look. Often I'll use the One Size Spray, the new melting one, or my Delba, which they're both about halfway done, so I felt like I couldn't really use those for this video. But we are going to be locked for the day. I used way too much. I also like how smooth this lip color makes my lips look. Just fills in all of the lines in my lips. Put my earrings back in, and then I do have a fragrance that I'm pretty close to being done, which I would 100% repurchase even if it wasn't on sale. That's how good it is, but I'm sure you can guess that too. So I'm just gonna go off camera, quickly touch up my hair, get dressed, come back. We'll do my hit pan fragrance, and we will finish off this video. I am back. Here is the completed look using all the products that I've hit pan on, and we're going to finish off with the fragrance that I've nearly completed, which is my Kayali Yum Bougie Marshmallow. I bathe in this stuff. I feel like at this point it's become my signature scent. I cannot get enough of this fragrance. I wear it any chance I get. That is what we're gonna wear today. This has been my go-to look, basically. You've seen this in an empties video, which a bunch of you wanted to know the eye look. But all these products are products that I've hit pan on, I've used, that I love so much. If you like the look you see, I think you guys are gonna absolutely love the products as well. Everything will be listed below. Saw my recent fashion haul. The Skims pants came in. They're even cuter in person. The color of them, I love them so much. And this is that Abercrombie baby tee. I will have both linked below. This was one of my best sellers this month, even over makeup, was this particular shirt, so I'm wearing it today. The only thing not working about this look today is my hair. I tried letting it air dry, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Today is one of those it's not working days, but threw it up in a half pony. This is typically a go-to style when I don't want to apply heat to my hair as well. So you got it all in this video. You got favorite makeup, hair, clothes, fragrance, everything in this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'd absolutely love to do it again. In case you guys want to see more favorites from me, I would love to share with you more products that I've hit pan on, because clearly I'm loving the product if I'm using it up. And if you're interested in more empties, I just recently filmed an entire empties video of products I've used up. If you want to go check that out as well, I'll have it linked below in case you have similar favorites to me and want to check out more things that I love and used up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are well. I love you so much. Is that an ice cream truck? Are you going over? I think I was saying goodbye and an ice cream truck came, so obviously I had to stop there for the kids. If you like randomness, you've come to the right place, so definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that red subscribe button, the bell to be notified of all my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next one.